It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Utah Jazz. Well, for Utah, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And we'll get to see Al Horford take to the court in this one. Horford, a player that we all love, but the last few seasons, his rebounding has taken a dip. Is that just how it goes for big men as they get deeper into their NBA careers, Shaq?
Yeah, Ernie, all big men deal with declining rebounding numbers as they get older. Father Time is undefeated, buddy.
Undefeated. But the burst really goes away when your knees go. And I don't care. Father Time must have some great knees because he's been around a long time.
Wait,
I just got a question before we go.
What?
Well, if Father Time is undefeated,
Yes?
who goes after Father Time?
All these players. All these players who have tried to play past their years.
Okay, I got it.
And they've lost.
But Father Time has to have the Father Time.
No.
He must get tired too.
No, I'm so totally confused.
Jeez, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
The tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the 4th member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Jazz in the midst of a road trip going into this one. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
Right now for the Jazz, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season. Unfortunately, for the wrong reasons.
Well, you just can't be lucky every season. Unfortunately for them, this has not been their year.
And both these teams can go deep into their benches. Chris, what's it like to play on a stacked team? A team that has a huge number of players that can start in a lot of teams in the league but may have to come off the bench.
It just relieves a lot of the pressure. As starters, you want to try to get a lead or play well, and you hope the bench comes in and just holds off the next team or comes in with a nice pace. But when you're playing with a great team, you can actually hope that bench comes in and do better than you. You can actually hope that bench comes in and kind of raises the pace on that other team. But most importantly, what those benches do, and I know for me in Sacramento, they really keep the integrity of the team in practice every day because they're out there beating the A-team. So when they put on those special jerseys that everyone hates or has to flip their jersey inside out and go up against the starters, they're playing with that confidence that they play with every game. And so you have to be prepared in practice. And so it makes every day you get better, not just on the game day. So for me, being on those teams with great benches helps you more in practice every day, which sets a culture of winning more so than just in the games.
That's an excellent insight. The starters for the Utah Jazz, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Crowder in at the 3. So it's Utah now, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his 2nd basket. Boston off to a slow start. 6-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
You know, it seemed like once it went to overtime, the confidence from both teams just really seemed to go in opposite directions, and unfortunately for them, they were on the wrong side of that equation.
And David Aldridge spoke with Brad Stevens. David?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Another miss by Irving.
He's got to be wondering, how did he miss that? I mean, he had all the space in the world.
2 points. That one goes.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Monroe sets a screen for Brown. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Irving, good.
Look at that. No hesitation at all from Irving. He's looking to score as soon as he touches the rock.
Utah leading by 3. And Rubio kicks to Favors. And taken away by Brown. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. From the inbound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Kicks it out to Rubio. Sinks the triple. Rubio's got 5 points so far.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Irving. Again, Irving missing.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Nice ball movement by Utah. And Gobert kicks to Favors. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that, it allows your team to excel.
The first free throw is good. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
And so Favors nails both of them. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Irving. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Pass to Monroe. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Monroe's got his first 2 points of the night. Utah leading by 6. And Rubio kicks to Favors. The dish now to Gobert. It's Crowder on the wing. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back. Oh, man, you can't get much better look from 3-point range than that one. That just wasn't in rhythm.
Count the basket.
Nice work offensively, and Crowder caps it off inside.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Brown sets a screen for Irving. Shoots the 3. Favors with the rebound.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, is not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Gobert. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Gobert's got his second basket of the night.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Well, yeah, they've set an aggressive tone early. The trick is maintaining this momentum. It's easy to get complacent.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, there's also that East versus West thing. Each team leading their respective conference. This is a clash of the big dogs. and one that could have ramifications down the road.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Boston.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Celtics trail by 10. Picked by Horford. Here's Irving, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Oh, you gotta love how Irving slashes to the basket. So quick, so elusive, making the D hit him.
And Kyrie Irving very steady with the ball in his hands. Not a lot of turnovers for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he makes great reads. Pick and roll, drives, kicks. He keeps his dribble low, but sometimes he has his dribble high. He's great at the pocket passes, great off pick and rolls, great at screens, and can space the floor.
And he knocks down the first one.
If you ask me, Irving has quickly ascended into one of the league's best players. I mean, a fast, lethal point guard with a beautiful jump shot. What else can you ask for?
And so he hits both.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that. But with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Now here's Irving. He's got 5. The offensive rebound. Tries again, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others. The longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become.
Shooting two.
That free throw missing. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
He hits the second from the line. Utah with the ball. 10-point lead. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
I absolutely love the fire they showed on the road. You really could tell they wanted that one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got 8.
Well, listen, you can't afford to let Irving get room to shoot from distance. He's excellent at connecting from deep.
Favors with the screen. Here's Crowder. Pass to Mitchell. That one off the back iron and out. Celtics trail by 9. And a wide open look for Irving. Another miss by Irving.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
And that one's good by Favors.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Brown dishes to Irving. Shoots over Rubio. Tips it up. The kick out to Irving. Goes up again. Horford no luck.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
And sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Now here's Rubio. He's got 8. Favors passes to Rubio. Here's Mitchell. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And taking a look at some numbers for Gobert. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's averaging 11 points a game, 19 rebounds. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah. And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. A different look for Utah. Smart with the ball, and Burks picks him up defensively. Off the pick. Smart misses. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. So that creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Here's Tatum after Alec Burks' score. Tatum's shot is off.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Ingles. Baines with the block. Here's Morris. Here's Rozier. He's off on that one. And Utah the other way now. Here's Burks. It's tipped. They retain possession. Udo gets the bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
To the wing on the left. Now here's Tatum. He's covered closely. Morris kicks to Rozier. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Rebound, Utah.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Yeah, didn't it seem like it? Just a pretty thoughtless play on his part. All style, no substance.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Baines dishes to Smart. Feeds to Tatum. Kicks to Baines. In the corner, Tatum with it. Looking to end the run. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got his first basket of the night.
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up with it.
On the wing, Ingles. He had 10 points in the win against Chicago. Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you played, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box, and really just knowing the guys and understanding their habits. And so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player. It's just so hard to do. So what do you have to do? You have to check their tendencies. So maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can, because if he gets there, he's just going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to understand your opponent and your opposing team.
Did you keep, Chris, say a mental notebook, or would you have a notebook that you would write in to keep track of these players, the guys you would face?
I had a mental notebook. The teams would give us physical notebooks, but I would just kind of read them and make my mental notes. You get to see guys so often that if you don't kind of understand who a player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
Smart kicks to Morris. Pass to Rozier. Morris a screen. They set the screen. Now the feed to Tatum. From deep three-point range, Morris no good.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here's Burks. Good work defensively by Morris.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Tatum passes to Rozier. Beyond the arc. Boston getting another chance here. Utah leading by 16. And here is Ingles. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
The Jazz have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Well, make no mistake, defense is the foundation for this Celtics team. That's their calling card.
Celtics trail by 19.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Smart. Burks covering, and the rejection by Udo. Here's Ingles. He can't hit that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. 43 seconds left to play here in the first.
Now, I think he lets the D get to him there, and he rushes it. I mean, he has plenty of space there if he just takes his time.
He dishes it to Urebko. Stolen by Smart. To the wing on the left. Here's Rozier. Boston, no good that time either.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Urebko. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
That's just elite defense by Smart. Seizing the opportunity and taking it the other way.
Here's Morris, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
That free throw good for Morris.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with this crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Ricky Rubio has been leading the charge for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh, yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Jazz, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
I think they've played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Utah, Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Jonas Urebko out there with Udo, and it's Ingles in at the 3 slot.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw is good. Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a two-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership you follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. Free throw good. Burks. No good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 20. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. 5 to shoot. Rozier. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
Now, here's Ingles. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Now, here's Smart. Burks covering. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Smart. Burks covering. Puts up a 3. Rebound, Utah. Udo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's stolen by Morris. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, you gotta love Rozier. Skying up for the dunk. Really seizing the opportunity and capitalizing with his tremendous leaping ability.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Gobert with a screen on Irving. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio. And here's a check of the 2K leaderboard and the top rebounding shooting guards of the past 10 games. 5th is Jaylen Brown.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
Do you see how hard they have to work for every rebound they get? It's clear that they take pride in this area of their game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Pass to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Outside Crowder. Makes it off the glass.
Oh, at 6'7", Crowder's pretty effective inside. I mean, he has a way of finishing over length.
Dishes it to Monroe. It's stolen by Gobert. Tries from 16, and it's Mitchell missing. The Celtics have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Hayward dishes to Brown, and finished off by Brown.
What an athletic play from Brown, showing off his mad hops on these jams.
Utah leading by 20. Rubio outside. Favors with the screen. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe he doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
And the first one drops. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
Both free throws good from Rubio. In the NBA, everyone needs to work hard to succeed, but there are some players, Chris, who go above and beyond. Who do you think are some of the hardest workers in the league right now?
Wow, well, I'd have to go with a guy like Westbrook. You know his minutes, you know how hard he plays. For me, a triple-double. He was underrated in actually doing that last year because of all the effort that it takes, especially with rebounding the way that he did over big fellas. So you have to look at a guy like him. You have to look at a guy like Isaiah Thomas with his size, being undersized, but being able to get into the paint, his toughness of being able to take tough hits, but also not complain, not be a victim, not use his size as a disadvantage, but he uses it as an advantage with his quickness, and also the way that we saw in the playoffs, him studying tapes of guys that came before him. So to me, those guys come up in my head first when we talk about hardest working guys in the league.
Crowder sets a screen for Rubio. Shot clock at 6. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Oh, that foul's got to be a lot harder than that if you're going to try to prevent Crowder from scoring there. Well, you see a lot of hard-nosed players coming out of Marquette. Jay Crowder certainly falls in that category. 6'6", 235. I mean, he's just a brick wall. Not a guy you want to tangle with.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw good, Crowder. And Crowder said he wasn't always in such great shape, Chris. He was actually overweight, he says, in high school.
He has a great father who was a pro player, and his father helped him train. I mean, he lost all that bad weight and kept that good muscle.
He used that pick to perfection. And 12 points for Kyrie Irving.
You see how Irving right there capitalized in that situation? He's great at getting into position when screens are involved.
Rubio right side. Back to Gobert. Irving against Rubio. Favors with a screen on Irving. Lobs it up for Favors. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. In the corner, it's Hayward. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Irving.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league, and Couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar. And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 4th in scoring, 4th in assists, and ranking among the top 5 league-wide in three-point percentage. You have to consider him among the elite shooters in the NBA.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Here's Hayward. Here's Monroe, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Monroe's got 4 points in the quarter.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Gobert the screen, and Rubio kicks to Gobert. Shoots over Monroe. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 8 points. And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Here's Rubio, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. The pass to Mitchell. Gobert the screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. He's got 6.
Some great awareness being shown by Crowder. Spotted the open man and made a fantastic dish.
Here's Irving. He's got 14. Picked by Horford. Launches it. Favors with the rebound.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Here's Gobert. Good work defensively by Horford.
That was as easy as it gets. He needs to complete those looks.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Lets it go from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Jazz leading by 21. Kicks it out to Rubio. Crowder from outside. Here's Gobert. He feeds it to Mitchell from beyond the arc. And Horford pulls it down. The Celtics shooting 28%, a rocky performance for them offensively. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Crowder. Monroe with a screen on Rubio. A nice shot by Irving.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Rubio with it. 10 points for him. Crowder dishes to Favors. Over Horford. Another miss by Utah. Celtics trail by 19. Brown the pass to Horford. Rebound Utah. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. Count that bucket.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Now here is Irving. 16 points for him. Some changes for Boston. Marcus Morris is checked in for Monroe. Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Utah also making some changes. Jerebko comes in for Derek Favors. And Alec Burks subbed in for Mitchell. Rubio against Irving. He kicks to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
That's just outstanding awareness from Irving right there. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open.
Jazz leading by 19. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Gobert the screen. Crowder dishes to Jerebko.
He just recorded his 3rd foul of the half. Coach has to consider resting him until the 3rd quarter.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Aaron Baines comes in for Al Horford. And it's Rozier in for Irving.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Here's Rozier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Morris outside. Pass to Smart. Rocket 6 over Burks. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Back to Exum. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And, of course, NBA players have all reached this pinnacle through dedication, through very hard work. Chris, can you talk about the hard work and effort that goes into playing and succeeding at this NBA level?
Well, if you're in high school or middle school, when your friends are at the movies, you're on the basketball court. When your friends are hanging out at a party, you're at the basketball court. When your friends and his family on vacation, you're at the basketball court. I don't think many people understand the dedication. You know, for many guys, it's more than 4 hours a day in the gym. And a lot of that is just sitting in the gym, just smelling the gym. You know, of course you're going to work out, of course you're going to shoot, but it's everything basketball. You know, on my wall, I had Dominique, Magic, Bird. I had all these guys, Isaiah, cut out magazines, and I would put their pictures on my wall and work out and do push-ups looking at them. And I would know their moves. I would know everything. You know, I remember Kenny Smith after his dunk contest, he stood at the free throw line and threw the ball between his legs, threw it off the backboard and dunked. I went in the backyard in Detroit, shoveled the snow, and we worked on that dunk all night, freezing. I mean, you have to love it. So, you know, when you love something, my father taught me, it's not work. And so you got to start with the love, and then all the other work and dedication is just part of the journey.
I love the message, but boy, I like that Kenny Smith story. That is a great, great story. Utah leading by 22. Ingles kicks to Exum. Now the dish to Udo. Burks in the corner. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, and look at his man just go flying by him after the shot fake.
And it might be humiliating for the defender, but it feels oh so good on the other side. My goodness. Austin with the ball. After the basket by Utah. Here's Rozier. Out to Morris. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Udo. Udo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Burks, the pass to Udo. Now, here's Exum. He's guarded closely. A shot's good from Jerebko.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
And it's Rozier missing.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go on the stat sheet, close to getting the block, but really it had the same effect.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, you hear that? No, you don't hear anything. They silenced the crowd with this big lead. No sign that they're letting up.
Tatum kicks to Morris. Over Jerebko. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
And so it's the Utah Jazz in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, you know, we're trying to defend, and you know, we've been a little bit fortunate too. They've missed some shots, but you know, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Big-time play throughout the first half for Ricky Rubio. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back to Boston, the buildings of the financial district visible in all their glory. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Horford is out there with Hayward, and it's Monroe in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month, the shot block leaders. Rudy Gobert is second.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
The first one falls. And so Monroe nails both of them.
Well, and the Celtics bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
Now here's Favors. It's Crowder on the wing. Favors with the screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the Celtics signed Brad Stevens to a 6-year contract to lure him away from Butler in college basketball. Chris, they were very confident he'd be a great coach.
Well, they might want to pull out their pen and have him sign another 6-year deal real quick because he's already established himself as one of the league's top coaches.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And you talk about a culture builder. Jay Crowder is a guy who is not content with losing ball games. He's a competitor, and that rubs off on his teammates.
And he sinks the second. Now Irving. Hayward outside. Feeds to Horford. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. Horford's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he caught it. Just outstanding at giving the D no time to react.
Gobert with a screen on Horford. Kicks to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Rubio dishes to Favors. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Celtics shooting 28%, a rocky performance for them offensively. Irving against Rubio. Launches a three. Horford no luck. Horford's gone 1 of 4 from the field. And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds in this game. In the corner, Irving with it. It's good. Irving's got 18 points in the game.
Well, Irving gets hot in no time. One of the most decorated scorers in the league.
Irving against Rubio. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Screen by Monroe. Outside Irving. The three-pointer off the mark. The Jazz have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Rubio. And he converts the layup. Rubio's got 4 points this quarter.
He is the #1 reason why his team is up right now. He's shooting very well and really feeling it out there.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense.
And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Screen by Monroe. Irving kicks to Monroe. Hayward outside. From deep. Drops in the tray. Hayward's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Passes it to Rubio. Back to Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Gobert. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Hayward gets it to go.
I love seeing Irving share the ball. He has a tremendous feel for an addition to his guys.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Favors with the screen, and Rubio kicks to Crowder. Gobert with a screen for Crowder. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Hayward. Here's Monroe. The rebound by Mitchell.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
It's Crowder on the wing. Crowder with another miss. Celtics trail by 21. Brown wide open. He fires. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Rubio. 16 points for him. And Favors kicks to Mitchell. Out to Favors from about 19 feet. The rebound by the Celtics.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Lets it go from the wing. And Hayward gets it to go on the assist by Horford. And that's now 7 points for Gordon Hayward. Jazz leading by 19 points. Right side Favors. Gobert the screen. Rubio right side. The feed to Gobert. It's Crowder on the wing. 5 on the clock. And it's Mitchell missing. And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Irving against Rubio. Irving drives in. Here's Horford, and a dunk by Horford.
Oh, don't get in his way. Horford not to be denied when he gets in that close.
Utah's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. Crowder the pass to Rubio. Another miss by Utah. Celtics trail by 17. Here's Brown. Can't hit from in close. Jazz shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. They get it back. Gobert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Boston making some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Greg Monroe. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brown. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Crowder. Alec Burks checked in for Mitchell. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And he's good on the second. And every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball? And what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Well, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear. But probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up at next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durant. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said. Here's Irving after the basket by Utah. Goes up on the high post. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Foul on Boston.
2. Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Burks. Some changes for Boston. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Rozier in for Kyrie Irving. Udo's checked in for Utah. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Boston's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Can they get it? And the layup good by Smart. Smart's got his first 2 points of the night.
I like Smart being aggressive right time, getting into the lane, using his power and speed to his advantage.
Exum kicks to Jerebko. Pass to Udo. Shot off the pick. And Baines pulls it down.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Smart passes to Rozier. Here's Morris. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Kevin, you love how Morris keeps his focus on the basket. You can whack him all you want, but he's still going to knock down those shots.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
One shot. One shot.
Marcus Morris, he's a player who's never going to be a star when you look at his stats, but he brings a great amount to the team, usually the heart and soul of his team. He can score in a multitude of ways inside and outside.
Now, here's Exum. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game. He dishes it to Burks. Shot off the screen, and Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint, here's Morris. Got a hand on it. Here we go, one-on-one. Yarebko can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 19. And here's Smart. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And the wide open shot from Morris bangs home the trifecta. Morris has got his 3rd basket of the night. Utah has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. There's a good screen. Ingles dishes to Yarebko. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Yarebko's got 8 points.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Now here's Smart. Burks covering. The 3 from Morris. Again, the miss by Morris. Utah leading by 18. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. The fast break chance. Exum kicks to Burks. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Here's Smart. To the paint in the corner. Tatum with it. Such a wide open look. Tatum's got his 2nd basket of the game.
And Tatum, good at shooting when he's in rhythm, measuring shots as soon as that pass touches his hands.
Dishes it to Yarebko. And he banks in the layup. Yarebko's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Rozier the pass to Morris. He feeds it to Tatum. Here's Rozier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shots good by Baines.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Exum. And Yarebko has it in the corner. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Oh, you love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
There's the screen. Tatum wide open. He fires one. But they'll get another chance.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. Baines has got 6.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Now here's Exum. Tight defense on him. He was all alone on that one. Yarebko's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Jazz. Now here's Smart. Burks covering. Morris outside, off the screen. Good work there as it goes. He's got 11.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the 2nd.
Here's the screen. Exum kicks to Udo. Now the pass to Burks. 26 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Baines with the block. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. To the left wing. Pass to Morris. No good on the shot. Exum. That shot no good. And so it's Utah controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Right back after this break. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it. We lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Udo. Ricky Rubio is out there with Mitchell. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Jerebko in at the power forward position. Now here's Smart. Morris with a screen on Rubio. Now here's Tatum. He's tightly guarded. For three. Rebounded by Jerebko. Jerebko's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Ingles over Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jason Tatum.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And we know this league is enjoying great success. The Players Union going into last season created a program, Chris, to fund health insurance for all retired players with 3 or more years of service.
Well, I'm proud of our Players Union. I hope that other sports take lead. You know, you take care of those that come before you. That's one thing in the NBA we always know, and the players will always respect. That's why it was a unanimous vote by the Players Association. It definitely was a proud moment. I'm proud of my NBA brothers.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Brown in for Marcus Smart. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Jay Crowder comes in for Jerebko. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Celtics shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. They set the screen. Screen by Monroe. Here's Rozier, covered by Rubio. From the stripe. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Outside Crowder. He kicks to Ingles. Baines with the block. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That is his first foul of the game. Boston making some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Aaron Baines. Gordon Hayward comes in for Tatum. And Irving subbed in for Rozier. And Utah with a change here too. Gobert's checked in. So it's the Celtics now. Irving kicks to Brown. To the middle. Here's Monroe. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Mitchell kicks to Crowder. There's the dish to Mitchell. And stolen by Hayward. 3-on-3. Shot on the wing. But they recover it.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
Monroe, no good.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him there.
Another miss by Utah. Celtics trail by 19. Outside Irving. Shoots over Rubio. Here's Monroe. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Favors. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Screen by Monroe. Irving. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Monroe. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
They get the rebound. The kick out to Crowder. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Favors. Again, Favors missing.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possessed.
Irving, good.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Now here's Crowder. Back to Rubio. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. And the rejection by Monroe. Brown outside. Hayward dishes to Monroe. Feeds it to Horford. Horford with a screen on Rubio. Just 5 to shoot. With the shot. Hayward can't hit. Jazz leading by 15. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Passes it to Rubio. Crowder from outside. But they'll get another chance. The feed now to Mitchell. Shoots over Brown. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Hayward against Crowder. Monroe, no good.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation to coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Rubio, the pass to Mitchell. Here's Crowder. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
At 6'7", Jay Crowder weighs as much as some centers. He's built for contact.
Horford with a screen on Favors. Irving against Favors. And stolen by Favors. And now Utah, fast break. And slam dunk by Gobert. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 17 rebounds.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And Utah has possession after the basket by Boston. Favors dishes to Mitchell. Favors against Horford. Favors can't get it to go.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
A shot's good from Irving.
Oh, I like when Irving turns on the jet. Amazing quickness on the drive from the speedy guard.
Here's Mitchell. He's covered by Brown.
Rubio.
Mitchell kicks to Favors. Pass to Mitchell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Celtics trail by 16. Irving passes to Horford. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Kicks it to Mitchell. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Horford. Rubio against Irving. The shot by Hayward, wide open, misses the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
That one falls. 14 points for Jay Crowder.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Brown after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Outside Irving from the arc. Doesn't go that time. And Utah the other way now. Crowder kicks to Mitchell. Not really his range, and it's off target. Celtics trail by 18. And here's Brown outside. That shot, no good. The Jazz shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Mitchell's shot is good.
He is really deadly from the perimeter. Even though he didn't make one in the first quarter, you still have to keep an eye on him.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
2 points. That one goes. Jazz leading by 19 points. Outside Favors. To the inside. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 6 points in the quarter.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Boston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
And stolen by Horford. And Brown throws it down.
Oh, man, how about that vision from Horford? I mean, it's all about hitting the open man. High efficiency offense right there.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky.
Irving against Rubio. Favors with the screen. And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Back to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward outside. They get it back. The putback. And it's Horford with the extra effort.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Now here's Rubio. Outside Favors. Rubio against Irving. Out to Favors. He dishes it to Mitchell. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. Smart's checked in for Boston. Both shots good from the stripe. So it's the Celtics now, trailing by 17. Rubio against Irving. Here's Monroe. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Jazz leading by 16. Here's Mitchell. And Gobert kicks to Favors. To the inside. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. And he can't bank that one in. And for the Celtics, they're shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Smart dishes to Irving. Screen by Monroe. 11 feet away. And he uses the glass on the layup. Monroe's got 10 points here in the second half.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Now here's Crowder. Here's Favors. Again, Favors missing.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Utah.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Rudy Gobert.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Left side, Crowder. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Rudy, another strong performance for you guys. How good is this team playing right now?
We're playing great, you know. It's all about our defense. You know, when we play defense, when we focus, we communicate, and after we get easy stuff on the offensive end.
Rudy, a great win. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.